breaking up over here. We'll have to keep an eye on him. As all the guys in the back knows, I don't like to really stand up and talk too long. But today, I wrote it down. General Desila, thank you for coming. Colonel Donnelly, Chiefs, First Sergeants. Those are my brothers over there. The best team you could imagine right there. I'd like to thank my family, my wife for putting up with me for 21 years. As some of you know, that's not the easiest thing. My kids, you know, for the time that I missed, my mother and father, I wouldn't be the man I am today without them. My in-laws and the rest of my family who, when I did have to deploy, which thankfully wasn't much, I could just leave with a clear head knowing that everything back home was okay. I'd like to thank Colonel Cloutier, I don't know if he's here, and Chief Moniz, especially because without them, I would have retired 6 years ago as a tech sergeant, because they kind of pushed me into trying to be a first sergeant. Thanks, Chief. Thanks, Colonel, if you are here. There you are, Colonel. I'd like to thank Sergeant Warner for being the MC. Him and I are the last two of the original fabrication guys left. I appreciate that. I'd also like to thank all the fabrication guys, because even though I came and went, they still made me feel like I was part of the team. I just want to say a few things about, you know, being in the Guard and the United States flag and the national anthem. I try and press that upon my children, how important it is. You know, even today when I hear the anthem or I look at the flag, I feel pride in my heart. I'm sure most of us can say that. So when I was at the First Sergeant Academy, my oldest daughter, Amanda, was 9 years old. And she wrote this quick poem and sent it to me. And I just wanted to read this to you guys because I know you'll know how it made me feel. It says, three main colors wave back and forth in the air. Every morning it's there before our eyes. We look up to it because it represents something important to us. When the wind blows, it sways in the air and there's no tomorrow. It just sits there waiting for us to look back at it and smile, then it smiles back at us. So I guess I got my point across and I'm pretty proud of that. Thanks, Amanda. I've said it before because I've been leaving several times, but it's really been my pleasure to be a First Sergeant. You know, I got to help a lot of guys, a lot more than anyone knows, because it was kind of behind the scenes stuff, as I'm sure the shirts can attest to. You know, the high point of, I think, of my time as a First Sergeant, deployers were away during the hurricane. Tom West's wife called me. So I didn't really do anything. I called Chief Stromberg, who's back there, and he did all the work to help her. I just made the call, and I got an email from Tom, and it said, you know, sure, it's good to know we have people like you back there so we can do our job. And that kind of made my career as a First Sergeant. Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it. So I know that's more than I've probably talked in front of you in the 6 years that I've been doing this, but in closing, just keep your heads up, work hard, and watch out for each other. That's the most important. Godspeed to you all.
Thank you, First Sergeant.